Both wanna be more than friends. I know this is forbidden. Oh, from opposite sides. They say it's wrong, but it's so right. You can't be seen with me tonight. I know this is forbidden.
My real name is actually Sultan. That's my government name. Yeah, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm 19 years old, and I just like finished my first year of college.
Wow. Okay. What are you getting your degree in?
Right now, it's looking like a music industry degree.
Oh, typical you. I
Nice.
tell you what, yeah.
That's
Are you
good.
are you liking it thus far?
Honestly, I think like more of like I haven't really gotten into the major because I switched my major from something else recently. But I go to a lot of like social events about like music industry, so and I enjoy those. So we'll see if they transfer over.
Okay, sweet. I like that.
Yeah. I thought, by the way, I thought it was Sultan, so that's so interesting. It's Sultan. I've never heard it said that way. I've never actually heard that name before. But also just listening to your music, I would not have thought you were only 19.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought
Whoa.
that.
You were so young and so talented.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's get into that a little bit more. What made you kind of decide to get into music? Like, how did you get your start in music?
Okay, so that's really interesting. Actually, when I was like, I've always been singing like for a long time. Like since High School Musical came out, I've been singing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely sure. Me and my sister used to sing around the house all the time. Back when my voice was a lot higher, so I'd be singing all the Gabriella notes, and my sister giving up all the Troy notes. I've been singing since that point, and then since then I joined choirs here and there, and then I think in high school sophomore year I started doing musical theater, and I kept doing that. And actually I was kind of gonna go to school for musical theater, and then quarantine hit, and you can't really do musical theater without the stage. Well, you can do it online, but it's not the same. It's very much not the same at all.
Yeah.
And my friend was a SoundCloud rapper at that point, and he told me, so like there's a program in Chicago with the libraries called U Media, and it might be kind of like familiar to you guys because that's where like Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa kind of like started off from. That's where like Chance recorded the 10 Day, I think, at a U Media Center. And my friend, there's a lot of them. So my friend said like, oh, let's come through. He wrote some lyrics and I sang them because everyone knew I could sing at that point. And yeah, I just had fun with it and I kept doing it. Keep in mind, this was still garbage because this was like before like I knew anything. I was just like, oh yeah, this sounds hard. The mix doesn't exist. Matching doesn't exist. Like lyrics, the melody, not even there. Rhyming words doesn't exist. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun doing it. And then as the U Media Centers closed down because of quarantine, and I was lucky enough that my mom was able to buy me equipment, and she bought me the equipment. I just recorded in my closet, and I just kept recording, enjoying myself. One of my TikToks went like pretty semi-viral. I don't even think you can call it that at this point. And I met a producer friend in LA, and then all of a sudden he sent me beats, and we started working. Made a mixtape, and we worked together till now. And just kept making music since. A lot of those songs are not online anymore because it's just like it didn't make sense for me to put them online at that point because like the mix is not good, all this is not good. But it's on my SoundCloud. But yeah, that's kind of how it started, and then I'm at this point right now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So where are you seeing your career going?
I'm seeing myself headline Lollapalooza one day.
Okay, I see that. I think you have a really good voice, and I think your songs are like catchy. I've only heard a couple of them, honestly, but the ones I've heard, especially Crush, that you're really pushing that on TikTok. And I don't know why people aren't like, grasping onto that, because it's like it's catchy, like, and it's TikTok catchy too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real life catchy, but TikTok catchy.
Yeah,
it's got that extra quality.
Some stuff hits, it hits. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
that's like I take life. It's like it comes and it goes, the ebbs and flows. You can't really push. You can push only so much, and then the universe will just do what it has to do, and you just have to keep throwing shit at the wall. And at one point, shit is gonna have to break that fucking wall.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, I like that. You're wise for 19. I'll tell you what. God,
very much so. Yeah.
So where do you feel like your wisdom comes from?
I don't know. I'd say it's like because I'm an overthinker just naturally, and overthinking and music just go hand in hand as an indie artist. It's like the stress, the amount of mental stress you go through, especially in the beginning, like back when like the Submit Hub type days, when someone is like, I don't know, something about this is just too contemporary sounding, and you're just like, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah,
bro? Like,
yeah.
and then you
Not
start thinking
helpful.
about exactly.
How do I
Not
get some
helpful feedback.
contemporary? Like what?
Like, and just like not helpful feedback. And then I think what that taught me was just how subjective music is. One,
Yeah.
because some songs I have released and I don't even like them, but people love them. So like, and also people connect to so many different things that often a lot of the time, like often a lot of the time, I like assume someone told me, he was like, so let me say something about like art in general, like something you might think is bad, some people might like, because it's not even like they like think the music is like the most ingenious musical composition before, but it's more of like they're connecting to that sound to a different memory in their minds or something that reminds them of something else. And that is what creates that like genuine connection with music.
Wow.
And I think that on its own, I got told that, like that honestly, like it flipped the switch in my head. Like, yeah, honestly, I gotta create what I think is good. And I know someone else somewhere in the world will be like, yeah, I like this song, you know?
Yeah.
It has to, if I connect with it, someone else has to connect with it. And then the wisdom of that just comes of like over analyzing life, but also like putting so much pressure on myself, but also remembering that like I have to let things go. The universe will do what it needs to do. And remembering I'm only 19 years old. I was like, I am 19 years old. Like I saw Tyler Headline Lala last year. And I remember him talking about it. Like I have a video of him talking about it, and it was so inspirational because he's like, yeah, I'm like 30 something years old, and this is the first time I've ever headlined Lollapalooza. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then like Kanye blowing up at like 27. I was like, that's actually crazy because it's like it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah,
It's always
definitely.
it's always just a gradual process. It's never just one thing. That's what I always tell people. It's never always just that one thing that you did that happens. It's a myriad of one things that you keep on doing that you forgot even about that all combines into one thing. And it's like all of a sudden you're at a place you didn't know you'd be at. And it was like, how did you do it?
Yeah.
I don't even know how I did it, you know?
Hard work, consistency.
Yeah, you just
keep on doing it. Yeah.
You laid those blocks down in the past.
Have you do you know who have you heard of Gary Vee?
Gary Vee, yeah.
So I was listening to one of his speeches yesterday, actually, and he was saying that basically, like if you're like in your like early 20s, 19s, or whatever, to just keep your head down for like 5 years, you know what I'm saying? And work hard and do that stuff. Like don't expect anything big to happen. Like it may, especially with TikTok and like how social media is moving right now, like it may, but like work hard for all those years. And when other people are going out and drinking and partying and doing all that stuff, like make sure you're focusing on what you want to do and where you want to be at. So when you're 25 and when you're 26, you're like, oh, this is where I want to be, and let me go further. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say like don't have fun, don't live your life, but it's to say like work hard, because if your talent and work ethic, you know, like they go hand in hand, but also like work ethic is gonna be out talent 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't get
Also, like a
distracted.
percentage game. It's such a percentage game too. Once you analyze the percentages of like artists, you're like, it's possible. You may not like, you may not be Drake, but you can make money like a steady life like off of like making music. You know?
Yeah, and there's other routes, like not just streaming or touring, but like there's also like sync licensing, like being on TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. And you said you want to do musical theater at one point, you know what I'm saying? So you could freaking evolve into like doing something like Hamilton, you know what I'm saying? And then come back to like being on the mainstream radio. So like it's up there, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, all experiences are valuable in the end. And yeah, you just got to keep growing that, keep that end goal in mind, because a lot of distractions are going to be in the way every day. But yeah, I think it sounds like you're heading in that direction anyway.
Okay, going back a little bit. So your name is Sultan. So what made you add the giant at the end?
Okay, so the name Sultanthegiant, it comes from my sister actually. So I was going through a period where I was switching names like crazy. It was Sultan God, Sultan L. Like I was just going through several names because none of them was really sticking. My sister, because I'm tall, I'm like 6'3", I'm reasonably tall. And my sister was like, "Oh, you kind of told us to go like Sultan the Giant." Also, African Giant by Burna Boy dropped. So Giant was just a word that was in the house. And she said that, and I thought I was gonna change it. I never changed it, and just stuck. And I can't see myself using a different name at this point. It's like kind of cemented itself on its own.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it fits very well.
Yeah, it does.
Especially being 6'3".
Yeah, that would be funny though if you were short. But it works.
Hey, I'm a giant, y'all. I don't care if I'm 5'2". I'm a giant. That's what I tell people. I'm 5'2" in real life. So I tell them I'm taller
My
than
spirit.
I am. Yeah.
It's all mindset. It's all the mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is.
Get it.
Yes.
Other people, they don't get this. All about the mindset.
Absolutely. Shoot.
Yeah. So what genre would you consider your music?
I'd say I bounce between probably 3 different genres, like 3 main genres: R&B, alternative R&B, and maybe like alternative pop.
Okay.
Those are the 3 genres I think I just bounce between.
Okay.
Cool. It's really cool that you know that very like immediately. And yeah, it's a solid answer. You're not like, oh, sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'm that. So that takes some artists a long time to figure out, because it's important to a degree to like know what your subgenres are, like when you put them in Spotify and stuff like that. But some people get really hung up on that, and so that's a good answer just to have. And I think that would very much sum up your music from what I've heard.
Yeah, it takes time. I have someone that to put out music, and at one point something's gonna like stick, and just gonna keep liking that thing. And if it changes, don't be afraid to experiment. You might still get something good out of it. And just go in the flow, but not go with the flow. It's really hard to explain. And it just ended up, I just got lucky and it ended up working out for me. So I couldn't give anyone really, I can't give people advice because a lot of it is just like, I don't know, bro, this worked out. I just kept doing it.
It just worked. Honestly, that's kind of like, if you're going in the right direction with, you know, your strengths and everything, and you're in the right communities with people, I feel like it does just sort of happen. It's good if you can be like aware of what you're doing in the moment, but a lot of times it just sort of happens, and that's okay if it's organic like that. Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm super happy for you too, that this is all just sort of like happened for you very like naturally, because that clearly means that you were meant to be doing this.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
I feel like you're in the right place. What would you say your songs are usually about? Like, do you have like a certain message, or are they usually love songs, or what kind of
I tend to, oh, sorry, my bad, I interrupted you.
Oh, no worries. I dragged down there.
I tend to write, I think like people like really do describe, every time I work with someone, they're like, your writing style is very, it's either very, it's very free flowing in a way of like, I'm like, when I hear something, I just write the first thing that comes to my mind. And usually it comes in the style of like telling the story. If I'm not telling the story, like everything, I feel like everything I write is kind of like, for me, cinematic. I always have like some sort of cinematic visual experience when I'm writing. Like I can always like picture a scene. Right. So like Crush, when I picture that out, that was like at a club where it had those the disco lights at the bottom, like the square lights at the bottom of the club. It had the little like lights that go off and on, the theater, but unsa lights with like very purplish type of ombre type color feel. And it's like you walk into a room, you see a bunch of people. It's like a classic, very corny thing. And then you see the one person, you have a crush, and then you like, you know, have anyone seen That's a Raven? You have like a vision, and you're like imagining this whole thing, this whole scenario. And then at the end of the song, you realize you have not moved from that one spot. And the person is gone.
Yeah. I'm trying to see that as a music video. When can we get that though?
Oh, we'll see. You know, if the budget allows.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah,
awesome. You're trying to set like a whole mood and a whole set, just like when you're in a musical.
Yeah,
exactly. It definitely transfers over. Like, and a lot of my favorite artists are like very good at world building. So it's like, I think it just like transferred over for me. It's like I love building a world where like the music is just perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you said a lot of your favorite artists are like world builders. So like, who would you say your favorite artists are? Like, who are your inspirations? What do you draw from?
Okay, so I'd say some of my favorite artists. Damn, it's gonna be interesting. I'm trying to figure out my list. Okay, so we're gonna start off oldish, not completely old, but shit. I'm trying to think. Stevie Wonder. The Songs in the Key of Life is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. He just didn't miss. I've never seen someone just not miss.
Yeah.
Music Soul Child is a big one for me. Lauryn Hill is a big one for me. Shaka Khan, big one for me. Erykah Badu is an incredible world builder. Incredible. Andre 3000 is my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
Hands down. We get a little bit more modern. I love D'Angelo. Then you have I love Drake. Drake is perfect driving at nighttime music.
Yeah.
I've never if there's any of this perfect. We're looking at a lake late at night. The Weeknd, especially. I don't know both eras, but I listen to more of the trilogy era of The Weeknd. Brent Faiyaz. I love Inglewood Sir. I really like Jhené Aiko and SZA and Summer Walker. Party Next Door. I really like. I like Doja Cat. I like Ariana Grande. I like Phoebe Bridgers. I like a lot of Afrobeat stuff, so like Burna Boy. A lot of like Rema, Wizkid. Thames is so hard. Like Thames, another doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Snow doesn't miss. Like some like artists like that. And then in the rap sphere, I love Lil Uzi Vert. It's something about his energy that will get me every single time. I like a lot of Pharrell's work just in general. Tyler is incredible at world building. Frank is also incredible at world building. A$AP Rocky is up there with one of my favorite artists as well.
Okay.
Rihanna I like as well. There's a lot of. I feel like there's a list of a long list. Yeah. So it's it just gets very long.
Yeah, I understand that. Hey, but I feel like a lot of those, especially those first ones you were saying, they would all go on a playlist together, and it'd be like such a smooth transition between them. You know what I'm saying? So they all have their independent feel, but they have the same vibe to them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I was gonna say those are all kind of artists and songs that are like a soundscape or like a soundtrack to your life.
Basically, yeah.
Which is what you were saying. Storytelling.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, no, I know how hard it is to get like the short list of your favorites though, because it's like you have stages of your life and that changes and then they all change you and you might not listen to them anymore or not as much, but it still was like so important in your life.
Also, I'd be remiss in saying this if I don't say this. Sampha's album, The Process, has been my favorite album for like 4 years in a row now. And it came out in 2017. I listened to it for the first time, I think, in 2018. And I was mind blown. Like, I have actually, every single time I listen to it, I'm mind blown. And it still stays my favorite album of all time. It's just so good to me.
I've never heard of this artist you're speaking of or this album, but
yes,
now,
you have.
Yeah.
I swear you have. He's in Kanye and Drake songs all the time. Don't think about it too much. That's his voice.
Oh, okay.
Like he's in all their songs.
Okay. Well, definitely. Can you drop a link to that? Because I want to hear it. I want to experience what you experienced. Okay. So later on, just drop us a link, and I'm trying to hear it for sure.
For sure, it's so good.
Thank you. I want to get into your mindset and then get into that vibe and that experience.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Anyway, we digress.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Did I ask the last question, Raven? Or did you?
I think I did. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to step on your toes, Raven.
No,
anyway. Okay, I'm sorry. Is it Sultan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
just want to make sure I'm saying that right. Do you perform live or do you plan to perform live?
I do perform live.
You do perform live? Cool.
Yeah. So right now I'm in Chicago, but I go to school in Los Angeles. So a lot of my shows in Los Angeles. I do some small stuff in Chicago. open mics, and sometimes the small sets here and there. But I perform live. I prefer performing live, and honestly, that's my favorite part of it all. But it all goes back to that musical theater background, doesn't it?
Yeah. You
Look at
are
me on the stage. Yeah.
natural performer for sure.
Would you say that like so what's your performance like? Is it like Chris Brown, like singing and dancing, or is it kind of like right now it's just kind of like standing and like making people feel your words and getting your best vocal takes, or like what would you say that looks like?
It depends. It depends. Well, like if depends on the song. If the song is really like just laid back and like very much like a very R&B song, it's definitely more of like an NPR tiny desk. I'm sitting down, I'm really singing, and like I'm talking a little smooth, like, yeah, I know you feel that, like type of stuff like that. But if it's like an up tempo, like if it's like a song like Crush, I'm definitely moving and dancing and just laughing, have a good time. Really depends. I love to perform with the band. Backing tracks are cool. I like backing tracks, but when I'm with a band, like my energy is just it's different because it just feels so electric. Also, it gives me so much fluidity with my performance because I know the backing track ain't never gonna end because it's my band. Yeah, they're gonna just keep playing until like they know I'm done. Yeah, you know. And then vocally, it's very much I try to like put on the best performance possible. Like so, like it's less of like it being the same. I'm never focused on it being the same exact take as the recording. If anything, I'm focusing on it being better or like hearing like someone's hearing the song in a different version. Like, oh, I didn't imagine that song would sound like that with the band, but it sounds so good still.
Yeah, they get like an exclusive version of it every time you play it.
Exactly. Do you ever do any like live recordings of like your performances? Or I guess what I'm asking is, do you ever do like any recorded acoustic versions of your songs? Or have you ever thought about it?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is I'm not sure if I can swear, but that's something I have to do. Like it's very much something I have to really focus on. Cause I get like some videos, but it is not quality enough videos where I'd be like, I want to post this. Or it's like the room didn't have enough lighting. And I'm a dark individual. So like automatically you just can't see me. And it's like, yeah, we're not doing this. I'm not dropping. I'm not like putting out a bad photo. It's just not the point, you know? But I'll get on it. I'll get on my VHS vibes. VHS. Yeah.
I feel you.
Vintage.
So I want to talk about your song "Don't Cry." Tell us a little bit about that song.
Oh damn! So I recorded that song. I think it's looking like 2 years ago at this point. I had it for a long time. I just didn't drop. I have a bad habit of sometimes not dropping. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting way better at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I was going through a really tough time. I was working 2 jobs and I was barely getting any sleep. I felt like nothing made sense to me. And I was going into college or my senior year and nothing just made sense to me. I was just stressing out about everything. And I just remembered like I was just going through a mixture of emotions, especially because it was very soon around that time I got into like 2 car accidents.
Wow.
And first one I got a concussion, and having a concussion, if anyone knows, like it's more than just like a mental thing where you can't see light and everything. It distorts your emotions like a lot. So it was really distorting my emotions. And then at the same time, the second one I crashed. I fell asleep because I was again doing so many things at the same time while driving. Crashed, the car was totaled, and like I got told you could have died from that. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. It was like back-to-back issues, and I was overwhelmed. Then I started working 2 jobs, and nothing made sense. I was like, I just want to make music. I was overwhelmed. It was a stressful point of the time, and then I just was writing. And all my friends know I'm not like a rapper by any sense of the trade. I can rap to some degree, but like I'm no Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, no, none of that.
Yeah.
But artistically, that's how I felt at that point. So I just, it was just a moment where it was like I was really like overwhelmed and frustrated at life, and then it just reminded me of just like I felt alone. A lot of it was just feeling very alone.
I feel that.
Sheesh, yeah, that's deep. That's a lot of heavy stuff.
Do you feel like making that song was like a good release for you? Like after you recorded it or wrote it, like you felt better, or do you feel like you're still working through stuff, but like it was a way to talk about how you were feeling?
Yeah, it was a good release. It was just a way for me to talk about how I was feeling at that moment, and it was just like I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders almost,
Wow.
and it was like a breath of fresh air. That's honestly how I felt to me. Honestly, after I recorded it, I listened to it back like maybe 4 to 5 times. I just didn't listen to it again because I was like, I'm past this, you know. It's like I don't have to listen to this anymore.
Yeah.
It's for someone else to consume and hopefully gain something from it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's what I love about being an artist is like wherever you are in your life, whatever stage you're in your life, you're not gonna stay there, you know, and you might go back there and then your song, it might help you again, but while it's not helping you, it can help others, it'll reach others. And so it's still there for them and for their purpose. And that's so beautiful. Like I said already, you are so wise. And I am enjoying this interview so much already. Okay. Just saying. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thank
Jessica,
you.
you had a question. I know it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to know about your song Crush. It's your latest single, so it's a little more fresh. Tell us about that one.
Oh, that was that song. I wrote that song. I'm really gonna say this. I was in a production of a play recently, and I guess I had a crush on someone, and the song was written about them. I honestly I didn't even shoot my shot. Like that was one of those points where like I just was not shooting my shot for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my confidence was not on a high. It was definitely not on a high. We're better now, but it's like, yeah. So that's what that song was about. Yeah, it wasn't really taken too seriously. I wrote it and I just kind of forgot about it. And then my friend was like, oh, this is hard. You should drop this. And it's like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's drop. I'm gonna drop it then.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I'm glad you dropped it.
Have you sent it to them?
My friends or the girl?
The girl.
Oh, right now she had, I think pretty sure she has a boyfriend. So it's
like
okay.
Yeah, but you can send it to her as a friend and be like,
as a friend,
girl, you know I got a crush on you. But this is a song, I don't got a crush on you.
Also for me, it's like for me in relationships, romantic relationships, like a lot of it is like let me say this properly so it doesn't get like misinterpreted, but it's like when it comes to romantic relationships, like those feelings are like very like I believe they're fluid. I believe you can't have romantic relationships with someone if you were not ever willing to be friends with the person in the first place. So the moment I understood like she did have a boyfriend, I was like, yeah, I'll just be friends with her. And I'm not the type of dude to be like, yeah, I can't even be friends with her. I can't even talk to her. Like I feel like when I was younger, maybe, but now that I'm like more realized in my emotions and I have more understanding, I can totally be friends with you. Like obviously sometimes we're gonna need some time to just like maybe like be apart for a little bit, but we can totally be friends. If you text me, I'll respond back to your text. It's not that deep. Like I hate the idea that like, oh, if someone rejects you, you just stop talking to the person. Because that to me, that's just weird. Like
that is weird. Yeah.
That is weird.
To me, it's like you were willing to be, if you like the person, you should have been willing to also be friends with that person as well.
Exactly.
Totally.
But I also think that's like a lot of people lack like that emotional intelligence. So they're like their feelings are hurt.
You have emotional maturity as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
Like a lot of people do not realize these things that about each other and themselves till it's like they're in their 30s,
40s, 50s, 60s,
or later like if at all.
And everybody's feelings get hurt. Everybody's feelings get hurt, right? It's just how you choose to deal with it, right?
Exactly.
So I'm reacting like, so my emotional intelligence is low. So I said, I like you. You don't like me back. I'm not going to talk to you no more because it just hurts me too much. And my pride is diminished versus my emotional intelligence is high. I like you, but you got a boyfriend. That's cool. We could still be friends. I mean, like,
exactly.
I mean, we were friends in the beginning, right? So what's the difference? So, man, we got to get you on for another chat, like not an interview, but like a chat. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, if you're down, just let us know. So I got one more question and then a little game, and then we got to hop off because we have a meeting in a couple of minutes. All right. So what do you feel like your marketing strategy is right now?
Oh damn! You hit him with the diagnostic.
Do you have one?
Oh, of course. No.
Good.
This dude.
Many artists do not, like me. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't play around with the marketing strategy at all.
You're in school for that, so.
I just started school for that. It was like it is more like I don't know. I got hit with the harsh reality. Like you have to have like one thing about like I'll say this. Look at my little blur, my little TikTok.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was like the crazy thing about like online social media and TikTok, especially for artists, independent artists. And this has not been like to target anybody at all, but there's so much like if you're an independent artist and TikTok's algorithm catches you, oh shit, just oh my god, just wait to get overwhelmed. Just like you're literally gonna get overwhelmed because like at a point, I feel like there's so much emphasis placed on the marketing that you can't even focus on like creating your music and making it like polished to some like to some degree. Your music is never going to be like perfect. Yeah. But polished, like you should have like a mix and a master. You know, like a little mix and a little mix or something for the Spotify. You know,
just a little.
You can't be dropping on Spotify with no mix. That's wild. Like, out of pocket. And social media promotes marketing. Then I feel like to some degree, it's like if I only have one song out and I just made my song, and unfortunately, I'm not fortunate enough to know where to go to a studio. I don't have the money to go to a studio. I'm just learning how to mix. My focus should not be on marketing. Right now, I should just focus on getting my skills up there. Then after, you'll know when you listen to your song, another person's song, like, this quality is not, I would listen to this. That's when we get to like, let's market the thing. Yeah. But now it's like, it's so quick. It's like, I drop one song and it really should be like one of those SoundCloud things, like you're just testing out the waters or like one of the things that's just on YouTube. But now you all got to drop on Spotify because you got to market, you have to make the money. And it's like, I feel like you have to really know, do you really want to, and it's not been like, I feel like it sounds kind of pretentious, but it's not been too be pretentious because like making music or making art is so like living life as an artist is crazy. The money you're spending is crazy. Like I learned that the hard way. The money you're spending is actually astronomical. Yeah. It's not been a game. So you really just gotta know if you want to do it for real. Like beyond, like you might just want to be in the music industry and that's cool. But like as an artist, especially indie, you gotta do soundscape, you gotta do ASCAP, you gotta do DistroKid, you gotta do this, you gotta do cover art, you gotta learn skills that you never learned before. Then you gotta do TikTok, then you gotta do like, bro, like honestly, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame anyone if they quit. Half of the time, I'm just like, maybe should I do this shit? Like, this is crazy.
Literally.
So when it comes to marketing, man, just take your time with marketing. Like, you will learn. Everyone learns marketing. Marketing on its own is a gradual process of learning. No one just learns it in one day. It takes time. Patience is a very good skill for just anyone to like learn and just control. But back into my marketing strategy. My marketing strategy consists of TikTok, as you guys know, that's how we know each other. TikTok, shooting my stuff out to blogs, see if they like it, see if they don't. Then we get into press, blogs. I have some connections to some like blogs here and there, just based upon just keeping releasing music, going to events, meeting people in person. I'm a meeting people in person. And then there's the marketing you do on the backside, which you have to like drop a couple bones for. And then what I always tell people is just like keep a spreadsheet on how much money and time you're spending. Because a lot of money goes into this. So like you have like your creative fund, you have your digital marketing fund, and you also have like, creative and digital marketing are gonna be the two main ones. And then you have like some sub specs on there, like cover art, video, this, mix, master type thing you can put under there. You should have that in like a spreadsheet and make sure to have that organized. And then also like maybe have like a TikTok schedule. Like some people have those. At one point I used to have those and then I became I understand it a little bit more. I just started to post. And that's my marketing strategy. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the blue, but typically that's what I generally do, and it's working out for me right now. Yeah. And I mean, you got like 18K or something like that on Crush? Well, yeah. So like it's working out for me now. Yeah.
It's working, yeah. That is awesome.
Not to say that Spotify streams are an indication of, like how you're doing as an artist, because, there's other streaming platforms, there's other like ways that people can connect to as an artist, you know what I'm saying? But
it is a metric.
Yeah, it is definitely a metric. So yeah, it's looking good over there.
I always tell people like the numbers on Spotify. I don't. Can you like tickets? The tickets,
Mhm.
ticket sales,
Mhm.
right there.
Yeah,
I will show
that
you.
matters. Yeah.
Ticket sales.
Or merch, like, are people buying your merch, like
Yeah.
stuff like that? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like, are they a fan or they're like a listener? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
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 that's when you'll feel it for real. So yeah, on the marketing side, that's what I do.
yeah, I feel you. All right, so let's get into
that
this.
keeps you busy. Holy.
For sure. You know the game Family Feud.
Yes.
Okay, you know the quick thing at the end, right? Where you give a category and then you just say something and you try to get like one of the highest ranked answers.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what we're about to do. All right, Jessica, you be the timer. How long you get? Like 10 seconds?
Yeah, let's do 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah, you just say like "and" or something like that. And you let me know when you're ready, all right?
For sure.
All right.
Wait, the timer is not ready yet.
Okay. Well, he wasn't ready yet either, I don't think. He might have been.
I don't know how to work this.
You could just like
Oh,
count in
here,
your
I
head
figured
if
it
you
out.
want.
No, it must be exact.
Okay, got you.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, this happens to me so often.
You ready?
All right, go.
All right. Name an occupation for people who like to sit down a lot.
Producer.
Okay. Tell me a place that is famous for having bad food.
I'm not trying to fuck up a sponsorship right quick.
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Besides flour, name something bakers use.
Eggs.
Okay. Name an occupation you'd hate to have on a very hot day.
Boat sales, boat employee.
Sales.
Sales boat and
Employee, yeah.
Sailboat.
Boat salesman?
Okay. Boats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know it's
Okay.
weird. It's connected to my
boat
life, I'm sorry.
salesman. Hey, that's what came to top
Hey,
of your
it's
head.
okay. Okay, name something that's described as flat.
That's flat.
Yes, flat.
Don't you say the earth. Just kidding.
I know. That's what I avoided.
It's
Ding,
like the
ding,
first
ding,
thing I
ding,
think
ding,
of.
ding.
Yeah,
All right.
what did I think of? Flat Earth theory.
All right. Well,
My
listen. If we did this, maybe you geared towards other indie artists, then you probably would have got some answers better. But for producer, we'll go ahead and say computer programmer. That was number 2. So we'll go ahead and call that, the same thing. It's basically, in the same line.
Producers be sitting down.
All the
They
time.
sit down.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. A place that is famous for having bad food. The number 1 was hospital. Besides
Oh, I
flour,
was thinking
yeah.
cities for some
It
reason.
gotta
Yeah.
be it gotta be airplane though. That's an
Yeah,
airline.
that was number 2. Airplane was number
Yeah.
2. Besides flour, name something bakers use. Sugar was number 1. An occupation you'd have to be on. You'd hate to have on a very hot day. Construction worker was number 1. I think you said that, right? You said construction worker?
Nah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not cap. That's not cap.
Super
Oh,
close
wow.
though. Super close.
Yeah, you're
I'm a
super
4K.
close.
Like,
Yeah, golly. Name something that's described as flat, and the number 1 answer was table. All right.
I was
You
gonna
got-
say table, but I didn't
Yeah.
think it was like a good answer.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
I
the
know.
answer.
It was definitely the number 1 answer. Not 31. So you got 31 points. I don't know if that was quite the 50 we were looking for, but I do appreciate you for playing this game with us.
Yes, thank you for playing with us.
All right. Anything you want to shout out to the people before we hop off? Any releases? Any encouragement? Anything like that?
Keep doing you. Keep pushing. You should stream Crush. I like the song. You should like the song. And thank you very much.
Where can people find you in the interwebs?
You can find me at Sultanthegiant, SultanThegiant on all platforms. That's my name I use everywhere.
All right, nice and easy.
Yeah, smart. A lot of people, they just have different names on different platforms. You have no idea how to find them, but that's a different topic for a different time, whatever. But okay, we appreciate you hopping on. We hope you have a great day. We love talking to you. Definitely we need to chat again, like podcast style,
Yeah.
just have a conversation.
For sure.
And we'll try Family Feud again, we'll try it again. Okay?
Yeah, I'll be better.
Yeah.
It'll
we'll
be
do that.
musical theater
Yeah.
questions or something.
Yeah, we'll have some musical stuff.
That may not help either, but we'll see.
Oh God.
We'll see.
We'll figure out a good category.